وصحبه أجمعين. Today, Alhamdulillah, we are in the camp in Niagara Falls for the Peace Community Center. And we are excited to be having a number of teens in the camp. And today's workshop is interactive. It's not gonna be a lecture style. So I'll be asking you and we will be interacting with each other, inshallah. So now I want to start with this. Can someone tell me what are your plans for the next 5 years? Go ahead, please.
Stay in school, study.
Okay. What are you? What grade are you now?
I'm heading to grade 10, so
So grade 10. So that means 3 more years you will be, or 2 more years you will be done. What's next?
university, inshallah.
Do you have something in mind already?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. Okay. Anyone else? Yeah.
Study school,
Finish elementary school.
go to Madrasa Arabi,
Madrasa Arabi. Beautiful.
and buy a car.
Buy a car. Nice. I think your dad need to listen to your dreams. طيب, what else? Who else has a plan for the life? Come on. Maryam, did you raise your hand? Okay, she was stretching. Who else? You want to say something? طيب. Now, if brothers in the back, if you can give us the attention, inshallah. So now, see this young sister here, mashallah, she said that for the next 5 years, she will be finishing her school, high school, aiming to college and university. She doesn't have still, a specific plan in her mind, which is not bad. But does anyone have a straight, solid plan for the next 5 years in their life? Yeah? Go ahead, share it with us, if you don't mind.
Finish grade 12 high school.
Uh-huh.
Take a bachelor in university of
MashaAllah. And what after?
biomedical.
Biomedical, mashallah. That's a concrete, solid plan. She's in the final school of year of high school. She want to go to university, finish a bachelor degree, and go to mid school. May Allah make it easy for you. I asked the same question, by the way, almost 23 years ago in one of the camps for the teens, and none of the boys or the girls were able to answer the question except for one brother. He came out and he said, I'm in high school. I'm planning to finish his high school, go to university, finish a bachelor degree, and then go to law school to study international law and become ambassador to my native country. That's a clear plan for life. And the sister here also has a clear plan for life. And that's what I want you to think about. Living without plan in life is like flying without knowing in advance what needs to be done. You know the joke that you go online and you follow YouTube how to fly an airplane, and then one of the sessions or the parts is missing. Oh, too bad. The landing part is not there. It's not loaded yet. That's how it feels sometimes. Does anyone of you have a dream? Not like you dreamed about something, like have a dream in life. Like I have a dream. Yes.
Be a litigation lawyer.
What is it?
Be a litigation lawyer.
Be a litigation lawyer. Amazing. How old are you now? How old are you, my brother?
11.
11. And what grade are you? 11, that means you're
Grade 6.
grade 6. Amazing. See, he's grade 6, 11 years old, have a dream. You know who had a dream in the same age? Yusuf alayhi salam, isn't it? Yusuf alayhi salam had a dream similar to this young brother here. At the age of 11 or close to, he had a dream. What was his dream? يا أبتي إني رأيت أحد عشر كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. Right? So what does the interpretation of this dream? Hi Adam, what do you think? What was the interpretation of that dream? Yes? We're making sujood for him and honoring sujood. His father, who was a prophet, he knew that this young man one day will be the most influential person on earth at his time. Did you hear that? And his whole life was centered around his dream. You know the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, how he was, fooled by his own brothers. They conspired against him to kill him, and then they decided to throw him in the well. And then after that, he was taken by the caravan. Eventually, the longest story short, end up, serving in the palace of the prime minister of Egypt. Egypt at that time was the most powerful nation on earth. And then eventually, when he came out of jail, he said to the king, "Ij'alni ala khaza'in al-ard inni hafidun alim." Make me the prime minister of Egypt. And he became the prime minister of Egypt. Now, that's what I want you to think about in your life. I want you to think that dream big and aim high, because the Prophet ﷺ said, إذا سألتم الله الجنة فاسألوه الفردوس الأعلى من الجنة. إذا سألتم الله فاسألوه الفردوس الأعلى من الجنة. What does this mean? If you were to ask Allah, ask him for the highest stage of Al-Jannah. Why the Prophet ﷺ wants us to aim very high? Any thoughts? Because if you were to aim and work hard, you'll be able to achieve. If you are not able to make it for whatever challenges arise in your life, then you'll be able to make it close to what you're planning to do. So that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think high, big, and aim for the impossible. And inshallah, you will be able to come close to the impossible. That's how important it is to have a vision and a dream in your life. طيب, now let's be more practical. The Prophet ﷺ told us, إن الله لا يحب سفاسف الأمور. Allah does not like us to be shallow in our life, but rather to live for a purpose. Now, do you feel that living for a purpose in your life is challenging? What do you guys think? Why? Why is it challenging?
It's hard to stay focused on that.
Hard to stay focused on the goal, right? Why? Distractions. Did you hear that? What are these distractions, Tayyib?
Because Allah created the life as a test. So
I can't hear you.
Allah created life as a test, so the test is going to be hard.
Exactly, and this young brother knows what tests mean in life, because he was tested severely early in his life, and mashallah, he made it. May Allah give him, inshallah, barakah in his life. Life is a big test, but the sister here is saying that there are so many distractions in our life. And the question comes here is, how are we able to deal with these distractions in our life? Now, what are these distractions in our life? Can you share some of these distractions? Yes?
Well, another big one is obviously the dunya, the people, I'd say misinformation. Obviously, there's obviously a big one, like zina, there's interest, I think there's a word for that.
We're living in an environment that's surrounded with haram, a lot of haram. You turn around, there's riba, there's the distractions of of haram looking, and there's also the social media, for instance, because that's a big distraction primarily in the life of teens, because most of the time you're somehow lured into social media through the device you have in your hand. You thought about, this device would be helping me to stay in touch with technology, but now this device is actually doing the opposite. It's making you distracted in your life, right? So now, what is the best way to deal with these challenges in life, Tayyib? Do you want to pause? What are the most effective way to deal with these challenges in life? To have a balance in your life, and to be clear and aware. So now, since we are aware now there are so many distractions around us in our life, let's see how can we deal with them. Now, you are right now in the stage you're living in, you're living in the most critical stage of your life. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا تزول قدم عبد يوم القيامة حتى يسأل عن أربع. No one will be let alone until you're asked about four things. Among these four things, عن شبابه فيما أبلاه. What does شبابه فيما أبلاه mean? Anyone knows? Yeah? About his youthhood, adolescency. فيما أبلاه. And أبلاه is different than أفناه. Because عن عمره فيما أفناه وعن شبابه فيما أبلاه. Ablah means finished, used up. But ablah means wear out. You know when you wear a shirt for the first time or a dress for the first time, it looks, so beautiful and so fancy. As you use it over years and you wash it multiple times, it wears out. The dress is still there, the shirt is still there, but it's not as, as brand new as it used to be in the past. The same is to be said about your life as an adolescent, as a young man or young woman. You are in the most productive time of your lifespan. And that's what staying focused in this particular stage is very important. You have the ability to finish high school and university and aim to mid school or to law school because you have the mindset, you have the time, and you have the energy. You later on would not have it in your life. And that's why it's important to stay focused and achieve that goal early in your life. This is why the Prophet ﷺ gave us specifically عن شبابه فيما أبلاه. طيب, during this time of shabab, youthhood, what are the changes that are happening in your mind? Anyone knows? Yeah?
Hormones are getting active.
Generally speaking, your body is growing physically and your mind is also getting integrated. And the hormones will be part of your physical growth. But inside your mind, there are many parts and components. Some are responsible for your emotions, sensations, and others are responsible for rationality. Now, the interesting part is the sensational part, or the part that's responsible for emotions and feelings, gets developed so fast. And that's why you guys are so concerned about the way you look, about how you evaluated by people around you. And that's why once you get hooked onto your social media, your dope gets generated in a way that can make you become addicted to these outlets of social media. And then eventually, these social media are not designed to keep you informed or to help you stay on the top of your school work. They're designed to help you or to make you spend more time glued to the gadget and be distracted from the real work you need to do in your life. Got the idea now? Now, unfortunately, as I said, the part of your brain that's responsible for the rationality and evaluation is not fully developed until you become 20 in your tweens, 25 and above. So that means we do have, not a problem, we do have something that's unique about your identity as a teen. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ paid a lot of attention to young people. Who led the army in the to fight or to go meet the Romans in the time of the Prophet ﷺ? Usama ibn Zayd. Usama ibn Zayd, at the end of the life of the Prophet ﷺ, was leading the army. The Prophet ﷺ chose him to take this mission. Why would the Prophet ﷺ choose Zayd, who was 16 years old, or as the historians say, and did not make Umar or Abu Bakr radiallahu anhuma to be the leaders, even though they were in the army? Because the Prophet ﷺ knew that Zayd has certain abilities that the old people do not have. The same is to be said about Ibrahim alayhi salam, right? Ibrahim alayhi salam at his time was questioning the fact that people are worshipping stars and idols. And he was so creative and innovative that helped people to see or think outside the box. Now, did you see that Allah Azza wa Jal is helping your brain to develop in a way that can make you creative and innovative in your life? And that's what I want you to pay attention to. If you were to pay attention to the skills and the abilities you have, then you will be very creative in your life. You will have dreams that can, inshallah, be beneficial for you in this life and in the hereafter. طيب, since you do not have the full integrated mind capacity to be able to take right decisions, what should you do in your life then? Whom should you rely on for the decision making or for critical things in your life? Any thoughts? Your friends? Oh, what about your friends?
They could lead you astray.
Aha, why?
They're in the same place as you.
Exactly. So they're not qualified to help you take the right decision that will be beneficial for you. So that's why if we use the creativity of the young people along with the innovation and the wisdom of the old, we will be able to save the ummah. Do you agree with me right now that there are Muslims in different parts of the world who are suffering? What is happening in Gaza? Genocide. And the people there are subjugated to not only bombs and rockets and bullets, they're being starved. There's a lack of medical attention, hygienic necessities. And this is happening in front of the whole world, and the world is doing nothing about it. So who's gonna do something? It's you guys, because you're the one who's creative. You're the one who has the vision. You're the one who has the ability to aim. And at the same time, you have the feelings that can motivate you to get this job done. All the old elders around you do not have the same enthusiasm that you have. You're almost so enthusiastic to the point that you are reckless. And if you get the guidance from the elders around you, this recklessness or this enthusiasm could be channeled in the right way to help you become the most effective person for yourself, for your family, for the ummah, and for humanity in general. Because the humanity is waiting for you and him and her to be able to change the conditions that they're living in. طيب, inshallah, with that has been said, can you start now thinking about what I need to do in my life? Is it worth it? Right? طيب, how can I do it? The question is that how can I do it? How can you start planning for your life? Because you do not have the skills for it yet. Reach out for your parents. Reach out for the imams. Reach out for the counselors in your school. Every school have counselors, and these counselors are paid to spend time with you so they can guide you, develop the roadmap for your life. Use them. Do not ignore them. But do not feel that you're doing something that is shameful. No, they are hired to give you the chance to do these things in your life. طيب, what else can you do, طيب? What are the things you can do to integrate yourself or put yourself on track? How about attending programs like these and having someone like Sheikh Ahmed? Where is Sheikh Ahmed? Sheikh Ahmed, he's not here, so I'm going to say this behind his back. I am so impressed with what Sheikh Ahmed is doing. Why? Because he's doing the same job the Prophet ﷺ did 1400 years ago when he gathered the teens of Mecca in Al-Arqam ibn al-Arqam house and provided for them the mentorship they need to integrate their personality so they become the leaders of the world later on. So parents, pay attention to Sheikh Ahmad's work. Give him the support he needs, because eventually it's not supporting his job as an imam. It is giving the chance for your children to be able to find and understand who they are. They did not sleep last night. The boys did not sleep last night, and so is Sheikh Ahmed. So why would he be losing sleep and would be doing this? Because he wants to invest for his real life, which is the akhirah. He wants to follow the footsteps of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So take advantage of being part of a group that can help you to build your identity, because the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-mar'u ala dini khalilihi. You are, following the religion of your friend. This is a warning, sign that if you, follow the trend and follow social media or follow those guys who are cool and attractive, then more likely they will lead you to something completely different that's not productive in your life. Get to know the masjid, belong to the group of the masjid. Ask your parents to put you in a group that can be helpful for you to integrate your personality. Look for the right friends in your life, not just any friend. You need real friends who have the same faith and enthusiasm like you, so you're able to make it inshallah safely to al-jannah inshallah bi'idhnillah azza wa jal. With that has been said, I know that the sun is out again and it's getting hot, so we'll say subhanakallahumma bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk wal 'asr insana fi khusr alladhina amanu wa 'amilus salihat tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr inshallah. Do you have any questions? I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. Yeah, I can see it. Khalas inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. And inshallah, enjoy your time here. And be thankful to Allah that He gave us the chance to be here, able to entertain ourselves, able to spend time to recreate. And we're not, in fear for our life or worried that we might not be able to have food for the next couple of days or not. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah.